Hey everyone, and welcome back to part 9 of our Norse lands playthrough for Kingdom 2 Crowns. Last time we took out the final portal before the cliff portal on the right hand side of the 5th island. So this time we're going to try and build the bomb and take on that portal. I'll wait until, actually no, I can get things underway here. Get that bomb built and start moving towards the right hand side. Maybe grab an extra builder or two. Assuming I've got some spare people around. Oh, I'm not sure what side I'm going to have knights coming to me from. Because I don't want to leave the left hand side without defences, but it doesn't look like that's the case. Of course, it's a blood moon, and it seems like it's the left hand side of the kingdom. This will be a more interesting test of our defences. We'll get ourselves a berserker. Oh, that farmer is going to have a bad day. Oops. It's unfortunate for him. Okay, got 3 of these interesting things that really don't seem to... Oh, and breeders. Interesting. I'm hoping I can get some fire out and that the breeder will actually walk into it before it reaches the walls. Okay, wonderful. That wasn't too bad, all things considered, but it was definitely an eye-opener that there's breeders as well as those weird crab things. Okay, that sort of kind of worked out a little bit perfectly because it means that we've got no night attack tonight. We don't have as many coins as we would have liked though. It's probably worth going and having a visit to the banker if they're there. Can't rely on them for anything. Okay, well, we'll just have to push on. We should be pretty much fine regardless. Worst comes to the worst, we'll see how many coins we've got when we get to the wall. Maybe try and kill a couple of moose on the way. Okay, not much between us and them. Three more coins, potentially with those squirrels, but that's about it. Ah, there's another moose. That should be good enough. We are almost full. Oh. There's another moose there as well. Perfect. Who needs the great stag? Who needs the great stag when you've got a massive hammer? It'll be interesting to see if there are any other differences in the mechanics as we go into the portal. Maybe something a little bit harder spawns to try and retaliate, or maybe it's just business as usual. Come on, a little bit closer. One down. Very quickly, very neat, no cause for concern just yet. No need to be super aggressive here because there is no rush after all. We just want to make sure we get out of here alive. And so far I think only one of our Huskars has lost 1 coin, so that's pretty good. This should put us right at the volcano. Or whatever it is. Very quick moving greed. Okay, now it's time to run. Very nice. And only a couple people lost their jobs. That's a lot of dead greed. Be interesting to see if they've upgraded this with pikemen. Workers berserked. Okay, so that's what they are. Officially berserkers. It does still say knights rather than anything else, which is interesting. Ah, and look at that explosion of spring. Almost as if it was all meant to be, destroying the cliff portal and bringing an end to the winter. Maybe that's legitimately how it works and I've just been really lucky that that lined up. But I don't think so because seasons are global to every island. And we were only on day 25 here and you know that just sort of doesn't make sense. So we'll just go with it being a coincidence. Anyway, it's time to build up that boat so we can move on to the 6th island and see what treasures they've got there. Obviously we no longer have to worry about the greed either, so we can just spend everything on the boat. And we can go and grab everything from our banker if they're going to grace us with their presence. I guess not. Got all our farmers working again, which is nice to see. Nice of you to join us. Seemed a little bit slow with giving out the coins. Those guys are going to be so good at building boats by the end of this. Was going to go and explore past them, but there's no point risking the dog once we've cleared all the greed. I don't think anything would come out, actually, in terms of retaliation or proximity, so we should be fine, but there is some eerie music going on, so we'll play it a little cautiously. Who knows, maybe on this, let's have a little look on the map. It does have the crossover the cliff portal on the map there, so we can assume that that means that the whole island is clear, but we might be wrong. Maybe in Viking lands the greed fight on till the bitter end. Yeah, okay, we'll go back and get those last few coins. So everything should be relatively fine. Going to the 6th island and dealing with everything there. The retaliation attacks still only had basic greed. So we can assume by the time we're done with the 6th island, we can maybe be facing a few of those crabs on the retaliations. Maybe they sort of jump up in difficulty very quickly. But I'm not too worried right now. We'll see how quickly it escalates. That's very close to being done. Still gonna have to wait until we have full coins anyway, so it's not like we're in any rush. And keep forgetting we have the luxury of being able to graze. Pretty much just came over to this side to see if I could build any more shields. Our main source of income is going to be these farmers, so waiting around on them, and if we can get anything out of the banker again. No sign of any wildlife coming back just yet. Let's test things out. I'd say we're close enough to sort of spawn something. Not that I'm terrifying myself by getting that close to the portal. Especially given that I decided to do it with no coins in my bag. Genius that I am. Okay, we've got some hunting going on. Should have something from the farms about now. Gonna take stuff from there before the banker, who seems to have miraculously disappeared as soon as I said her name. Don't know if it was an intentional thing, but I don't think I saw any snow on that massive tree in the background, which sort of would imply that it's far enough away that winter doesn't affect wherever it is, or maybe snow falls too low down to even touch the top of it. It's just well beyond the cloud level. Doesn't look like a full set of archers with that person. I don't know, 4, I think that's about as many as you can have. Maybe it's 5, but I'm not going to complain about having one less. Should have the other armies coming from this side. Yes, there they are. Some of their archers facing backwards. Who knows if that's a bit of a bug or just because they are really protective of each other. Again, there's nothing we can really do except wait around for our farmers to finish off. They do look very close to having these fields done though, so shouldn't take too long to get those harvested, and then it's off to the 6th island. And there will be one more mystery to do there. We'll just have a look, see what we haven't unlocked along the way. So we haven't got the scythe statue, and might actually go back to the 1st island just for the sake of getting oh, that's the horn actually. Where was the ballista hermit? I guess on the 3rd island. That's a bit of a different trip because the boat takes a lot longer to rebuild there. So I think maybe that will be the island to visit after the 6th island, because the ballista might be very useful for defense. I think there's at least one mount on the final island, because I have seen some clips with some sort of wolf, which I would assume is Fenrir. Right, come on guys, I'm here to encourage you. Everyone knows that lightning helps with crops. This is the most thrilling part of the playthrough. But everything's coming together. Okay, that is good enough. Let's hop on that boat and get out of here. See what the map shows the 6th island having first. And as always, we don't want to forget our dog or our hermits. Okay, so it's, yeah, by the looks of things, a wolf, a scepter of sorts, and another hermit. Is it going to be best to go to the 6th island or to get that hermit. We'll risk just going to the 6th island. I don't know if the ballista hermit is going to make that much of a difference. It will probably be useful, but it may not be an absolute game changer. Looks like we're a little bit further out this time with the boat, which is fine. We'll just get ourselves a couple of builders straight away so we can start chopping everything down. Okay, 1 portal immediately, which is a bit of a shame, but 2 camps straight after, which is interesting. Second portal. Snake statue. Interesting. Looks like it should be holding some sort of orb. Not sure what that will be. Got 2 gem chests so far on this side. Three gem chests. And that's the end of that side. Time to get back home. Don't really want to grab any gems just yet because they will take up valuable space in our pockets. Leave 1 coin at each of those because we should be able to have 1 more spawn there before nightfall. That moose really took that personally. At least we know that the right hand side... Oh, it's the hermit's getting in the way. I was confused what I was able to chop down there. At least we know that the right hand side is pretty open up, so we don't have to worry too much about portals being immediately here. But it is interesting to see that the initial wave is a few masked greed as well. The left hand side should be able to deal with that just fine. But it's again just good information. It is the first wave that we'll have to deal with. And they've dealt with it just fine. Let's go and explore the right hand side. We're generally going to want to extend out as far as we can here, because if we can get out past the ship, there's at least, well, if we can get to around there, there is a farm that was nearby. So that will be able to provide us with some very useful income. I should probably graze, don't think I did. Okay. 3 gems to get that mount. There should still be something else, which is here. Not really sure what that is, if that's like a berserker thing or not. That is the end of that side. So I thought I was a little bit crazy, and that there had been a lot of what's that in the top left above the diamonds? Don't know if that's got anything to do with what level our walls are upgraded to currently. Might make sense. But yeah, it looked like there were only 3 portals on the right hand side there, which is a little confusing. I didn't count the left really, which I should have done. Can't build walls out there, which is a shame. We will have to go a little bit further, but for now we should upgrade our town centre a bit more. Maybe clear a few more trees on the left hand side. Didn't really mean to grab those gems, but we are going to be heading out to grab that wolf mount at some point, because that's going to be an important one to just see if it does pretty much what we expect. I would imagine it works relatively similarly to the dire wolf from that challenge island, but I could be mistaken because it could be entirely different. That wouldn't surprise me either. Maybe it has some crazy powers. So we're going to want to clear a few more trees here, and we can definitely just ignore our dog giving warnings, because we can, as always, just defend by ourselves. Fortunately, I think that dealt with all of the masked ones. Oh wait, one more masked one. That's less than great. But they are moving slowly enough that they're doomed. Wonderful stuff. The main question is, where is the next stone or the next archery tower that can be placed? Looks around here, which isn't far from that at all. Not the best placements on this island. A little bit annoying. That all went in front of me. I'd sort of wanted it to hit the things around me. Okay, let's get that upgraded, because will that do some walls? Yes, it will, which will be useful. Right, what else we got going on? We'll probably have to take out that first portal on the left hand side relatively early on. We'll make sure we've got everything upgraded, but that's sort of preventing us from being able to expand anywhere. For now, we're just going to go see what Fenrir does. And maybe clear a few trees, why not? Missed. Okay, how much do you cost? That was some weird noises that all came from the left there. weird. I don't know why that had a little charge then. I don't like how slowly this moves, because that could have got the dog grabbed. These guys all need to retreat, but they're not going to, really. So instead, they can make themselves useful. If we have the ability to build this archery tower, then it might be worth building the wall that's just to the left of the boat here. Because then we at least have... oh, that's not good at all. They might be able to outrun, but it doesn't look great. And I don't want to risk jumping into attack because the direwolf was a bit famously temperamental. Okay, so it was able to do something. And yet again, it can graze during the night. We might need this to figure out the mystery on this island though, so it's probably worth hanging on to for a bit longer. Oh, did those walls get broken on that side? Looks like it. Should probably try and get those rebuilt, and also hopefully a bunch of coins from somewhere, because we need a lot more archers. At least we can do some hunting by ourselves. Not the quickest movement speed, and not the greatest amount of stamina. But at least we've got this archery tower cleared here, which we should be able to get. Oh, out of stamina there, that's not great. I would have thought something like eating would actually replenish stamina rather than use it. But it does seem to be able to keep using its ability even when tired. Okay, let's spend all of this on archers so that we've got a bit of a better defense. Pretty much just a bit of a waiting game right now. Only just realised we've got up to sort of 35 minutes. Probably should have stopped at the end of the last day. But we'll stop once this attack has been dealt with. I don't know if howling at the moon will be something that is part of unlocking the scepter on this island. Okay, that is the night attack dealt with. So we are going to leave it there. If you're looking for more tips and guides, then check out some of my other videos. But until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.